My notes right here. Copy invitation link. Oh shit. Let me check. Let me see participants. Mute all. Yo. Uh y'all can hear me loud and clear. And can you see my screen? Y'all can see my screen and everything. Nice. Do we need some background music? Any hot songs? I'm really feeling fired up for this class, for real, for real. Yo, what's some any hot songs that's out? I haven't really been listening to none of this new generation stuff, but I've been adding some Fredo Bang. I got some Young Boy. Somebody said no background music. I'm just talking about some hold music while we waiting. So it's two. Let me see. It's been about 2 minutes in. Yes, Sabrina. I could record all the classes. So I put them in the weekly Zooms. I'm gonna put it in the weekly Zoom channel. Oh shit, I'm saying that. I'm talking to her type message. Yes. No, no. That's funny. Last $2, somebody said. But yeah, so if you just getting on, um, nope, nobody said JR is joining us. It's all me. But yeah, if you're just getting on, it's gonna be a great class. It's not even gonna be it's not gonna be a long class either. So I'm gonna give it 2 more minutes. So please, please, please get your um notepads. Please get your notepads. I'm telling you, you're gonna want to take notes. All right. Then get some water. You know what I'm saying? Get you some water. It's gonna be a fire class. I'm telling you. So I won't be checking in on the chat too much because I really want to go through this. I took some notes myself. And yeah, so get whatever it is you need to get. Like I said, get your notepads, open up your trading view. And we really about to rock. It's been a little bit since we've been on Zoom. Um, you know, not that you all care, but I went through a couple of things with my kids' football team and coaching, and then I had to switch teams. And so I got one kid on one team, and I got my baby boy on another. So I'm like, it's a lot of back and forth that I do in between practices, games. It's just, but while that does come with parenting, I also understand that I have a job to do, which is to continue and lead you guys. So I do appreciate everyone's patience. But at the same time, my job is to help you guys get paid, um, keep getting paid and stay paid. And so, um, yeah, I do apologize for the inconsistency over the last, I would say, month. Like I said, just, summertime too, these kids is at home, so I gotta keep them busy and gotta get back to my old rhythm and my routine. So y'all parents already know how it is, man, but it's all good. Nonetheless, we about to get to it. Um, So take notes. The great one said it. One more minute, and we about to turn it up. One more minute. All right. I know I'm usually got my water, but there's this energy drink, this C4 energy drink I really like, and they got Hawaiian punch flavor. But I know JR is the juicer guy. He likes to make these healthy juices as if he don't be putting nothing else in them. But the real truth is on his fake pages, man. But look, all right, let's get into it. I'm just messing with y'all. Well, let's get into it. All right. So first off, welcome. There's about to be some extra fire. So take notes. I'm telling you. So uh a few months ago, um myself and the great JR. So shit. Oh, excuse my language. Shoot. About a year ago. I take that back. A year ago, JR blessed us with a crazy strategy. For those that don't know who JR is a phenomenal trader, phenomenal leader, great guy. Me and him been rocking with each other for about 2, 3 years now, and I do consider him a friend, a cool brother. Always been solid, never crossed me. I know this sounds redundant, but this is the truth. Solid dude, man. Love this dude. Um, but yeah, he blessed us with the strategy that he does religiously. You know what I mean? He does it in his group, and he was like, "Yo, I'm about to share some game with y'all." And so we did it. He blessed. So we did this class last year. Now, I oftentimes tell people to go watch this class, but I know everyone doesn't. And so what I did was I asked him basically. I said, "Listen, obviously, when I have a class, for the most part, people get on and they want to learn. So because it's been a year, Carmen, funny. Because it's been about a year and I've been wanting to revisit this strategy, I asked him, I said, listen, I'm never on no like snaky type vibes, but with integrity, I said, look, is it cool if I revisit this class on my own Zoom? Because I feel like if I go over it again with you guys, then I feel like you guys will pay more attention to it. Because let's just be real, some of y'all don't go through the stuff we tell y'all to go through. Let's just keep it 100. I will say, go watch this video, and y'all be like, I don't feel like watching it. That's cool. That doesn't hurt me any. You know what I mean? But for the ones that have taken the time to get to it and put all the BS excuses aside, shout out to y'all, because it's like, what's wrong with watching an hour-long video if it's gonna make you hundreds and thousands of dollars, right? So I said, JR was like, bro, you got my blessing, like, knock it out. So what we're gonna do today, we are gonna go over the strategy. Now, the video with me and JR was about an hour or so long. I'm just gonna go with the strategy and I'm gonna break it down. So I don't know how long will be, but it shouldn't take that long. But the main thing is I want to make sure you guys lock this strategy into your trading regimen or whatever. It's very consistent. It is an earnings reaction strategy. So the reason why it's called an earnings reaction strategy is because yes, I understand sometimes we want to take a gamble on earnings. As we say, it's not 2020, 2021 anymore. Back then, you had stocks that would move $50 to $100. If they pop, you was gonna get paid the next day, dang near guaranteed. If it dropped, you knew it was gonna stay down. Those times are over, and that's not the case anymore. A lot of those big name stocks have split, so they're not moving the same. So you can't really straddle them the same way that we used to do it or play it to one side and really get paid. Um, and so we call it a reaction because after the earnings have dropped and and price has moved whichever way it's going to move, now when the market opens, there's going to be a reaction to all of that. And JR figured out a way he basically hacked the market and figured out how can I do this and get paid. So um with that being said, I want to go into the strategy. So, first thing that you want to do, and please write this down. Now I'm about to turn the chat off because I don't want to get distracted. So the first thing you want to do is go to your trading view. Yeah, go to your trading view and let's pull up the stock SE. All right, you could do it with me. SE C Limited. All right. Now I want you to go to the. I'm just going to back test and show you, and then I'm going to show you how to do the strategy. Right now, I'm going to pull up what happened with this particular strategy in the markets, and then I'm going to show you guys how to do it. So I'm just showing you kind of like back testing, like when this actually works. So SE on August 13th. Also, turn on extended trading hours. If you're on your laptop or iPad, it should be in the lower left. You have to be on a time frame less than the daily. So go down to the 30-minute, which is ideal for this strategy. Go down to the 30-minute time frame. Lower right corner where it says RTH, regular trading hours, click that and click on extended trading hours. All right. I don't know about how you guys have it set based on your chart settings and colors. This area, this yellow area is the pre-market for me. So while for the sake of the video, this yellow is pre-market. All right. This is the stock. This is the time frame we on. Just make sure y'all following along. Y'all follow me so far? So on the chart, 30-minute time frame, extended hours on. Okay. I know when we chart the strat, like typically you have it off, but for this particular strategy, extended hours are on. Everybody follow me? Can y'all? Okay, just drop a yes, just so I can know that y'all got me so far. All right, so I just want you guys to see. So on August 13th, all right, so let's move this over some. August 13th. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say it real fast, and then we're gonna break it all down. So basically, this strategy consists of the high of the high and low of the pre-market 30-minute candle. All right. So I marked out the high. I'm about to mark out the low. Again, in this yellow, this is pre-market. Okay. Each one of these candles represent 30 minutes. And again, I'm going to break this down step by step. So this strategy is based on a break of the high or low. Keep in mind, this day, SE reported earnings. Okay. They reported their earnings August 13th. All right. Before the market opened. What happens, as you can see, this 930 candle, price opened up, and what did it do? It broke the high, ran from 7105, at least within the first, let me see, one, this is about an hour, two. So within the first 2 hours, it ran to 7487. All right, which is a pretty big move. Now, considering now if you would have held most of the day, you see price ran from 7105, 7107 to a damn, this is all in, excuse my language. Oh, no. I'm on the 30. So that day, it ran to a high of, yeah. I just wanted to double check my math. So that was the high of day. So about 74, almost, yeah, about 74.80, 74.90. All right. So that definitely would get you paid. Now, if you go to, let's go to another one because I just want to show you how this is working. So NU, let's change the stock. NU, August 13th. Um August 13th, 30-minute candle, right? Now this is gonna be the crazy part because I think this is what after hours is crazy because after hours it ended up popping. Hold on real quick. Am I tripping? Oh yeah. All right. Let me just check chat real quick. All right, so The last 30. Oops. Right here and right here. Was it? Oh, it was after, huh? My bad. It said in you. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. I'm tripping, JR. Thank you. My bad, you guys. My bad. They reported after. So the next day. So it would have been, yeah, yeah. So it would have been the next day. Excuse my apologies. So they reported at close that night on August 13th. So therefore, the next day, as you can see, after hours, they reported and went right up here, but eventually fell down. Um, so save the questions like which one is best and ask that in a group after the class so that people can, you know, pay attention to the class. That's all. So because they reported on that day, the next day the play was in effect, right? So they reported their earnings on Tuesday night. Obviously, you can't do anything until the next morning, Wednesday morning. So we move over, right? The next day, pre-market. These are all pre-market candles, right? 30-minute candles. You have the low of the last pre-market candle and the high of the last pre-market candle. And if you look right here, price opened up the high 1280, and look, it ran from 1280 to a high of 1348. Now, some people may say, oh, that's not a lot. But when you break down its ATR, ATR stands for average true range. And let me pull that up actually. Get rid of this and add, I think it's this one. The only thing is I need to turn off these settings because I don't want that extra. Hold on. Let me see. No, I don't want the Fibonacci levels. Do I want the info levels? No, I want the info label. But I haven't used this in a minute, but I want to make sure. Oh, yeah. I just want to take all of these tables off. I was hoping I could just take all this stuff off at once. Sorry, let me take all of these scales and tables off because that's not what I'm looking for at all. At least this, I don't use that. I just want you guys to see its average true range as far as how much it runs, because this part does matter in the strategy as far as like what type of move you're looking for. All right. So should be good from there. Did I turn the oh shit. Hold on real quick. So report it here. Did I turn the label off? Hold on real quick. Let me see what y'all need tables on. Oh, okay, okay, for sure. My bad, y'all. Bear with me. I turned it off. My bad. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. For sure, for sure. All right. So if you look here, I'm gonna turn my camera off real quick. Um, hold on real quick. All right. So if you look here, the average true range for this stock is about 45 cents. Okay. So that means if we do some math, 1280 plus 45 cents is about 1325. All right. So that's about, let's just mark it for the sake of let's mark it here. So 845, I mean 1325 would be about right here. Right? That's his average true range. I'll make it a different color just to let's make it yellow. Yellow is its average true range. All right. So if this thing runs 100% of its range, and I believe JR, and I'll put it maybe in some notes somewhere, but I believe JR said 9 times out of 10, or majority of the time when this play works, the stock is going to run at least 100% of its average true range. Am I right, JR? At least 100. Okay, so there you go. At least 150 to 200% of average true range. If a stock runs 100% of its range, you're like guaranteed at least 100% on that play every time. Every time that you trade it. Okay? So keep that in mind. So again, the indicator, by the way, It's called SATI ATR levels. Okay, I don't know if there's another one. Maybe there is. I just been used to this one for years. SATY ATR levels. Um, there it is again. You can go back and watch this. I don't want to go on forever, but that's what it is. And then as far as like my settings on it, I turned all of these off, leave the tables on. Input, I only have use options labels and show info labels. Anything else I have turned off. All right. So once again, 45 cent is the average true range. All right. But if it ran from 1325 to, hold on, why is my thing in the way? To 1348, that's about 150 of its true range because 100% is about 50 cents. And then it ran like another 20 cents. So that's about almost 150% of its average true range. That doesn't mean your return is only 150% because the return is probably higher than that. But you at least have a target in mind too. So because you know that majority of the time when the earnings reaction is done, you know majority of the time the stock is going to run 150 to 200% of its true range. So if a stock runs $10 every day, you know, with this particular strategy, it's going to run 10 plus dollars with the reaction. So you have to, so then you gives you a target in mind. If Apple is at 200 and then when it opens up, you're going to play the reaction and it opens at 200, you know, once you get your entry or once you get in, you know, you can at least aim for 210 and then you can let the runners run, you know what I mean, depending on your goal. Maybe some of you are not trying to hit 100%, maybe you're only going for 30%, 40%, whatever the case may be, but you know how much the stock is going to run, right? So that also helps you with not just the strategy, but it also helps you with profit taking and target, because I'm going to be one of the first ones to say, yes, I'm not the most consistent. I mean, no, I'm not the most consistent at saying where I'm getting out at or what targets, because it's a lot to manage. However, with this particular strategy, like you really don't got to ask me because we breaking it down right here. So if a stock runs 150, 200 to what it runs normally a day, you can do simple math. If it runs $10 a day, what's 150%? 10 plus 5. You know what I'm saying? So that's simple math. So y'all can do that. But yeah, I just wanted to back test a few just to show you, and then we're gonna break it down. So let's go to Baba on August 15th. Same thing, 30-minute candle, Baba August 15th. I'm gonna talk about getting stopped out too, so don't worry. Baba August 15th was before open. Okay, check this out. This one was stupid. Oh my God. I'm looking at the dang candle. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Baba reported on August 15th, right before the market opened. Okay. I don't know. Maybe I guess it dropped. Maybe it came right out here and it dropped. Fine, no problem. Look at this setup right here. You got inside bar right here, right? So let's mark it together. So let's mark it together. Got the high here, got the low. So if it breaks below, and this goes for puts as well. I'll find one. But look at this. Baba reported, market opens up, breaks the high of the last 30-minute candle, last 30-minute pre-market candle. Let's emphasize that. Write that down. Last 30-minute pre-market candle, the high or the low. As you see, we opened up at 77.90. The entry was 78.14-ish. And look what this thing did. It took off from 78.14, your entry. Keep in mind, this is 1 30-minute bar, so you could be done within the first half hour. It went to a high of 81.77. So $3. Now, once again, oops, let's go to the average. Let's go up here. Its average true range is $2.31. It ran from our entry 78.14 to a high of 88 per se, right? So let's mark it out together. $2.30. So 78.14 is $2.30 is 80.44. We'll say 80.44. All right. So 80, we'll say right here. This is its average to range. It was supposed to stop right here, right? This is how much it moves on an average. This could have been your target. 100% of average to range, cool, I'm getting out. Or 100% average to range, cool. I'm gonna cut majority, so I walk away with profit, move my stop loss up, and let the rest run. So you got a whole extra dollar and 80 something, I mean a whole extra dollar and 40 something cents. You get the power of this, like how much this moves on a consistent basis. All right. And again, I'm gonna break it down like step by step in just a second. So last one I'll back test. This one, no, two of them. Last one, two of them I'm gonna pull up real quick. All right, so Zoom reported on the 21st after close, so 22nd. So let's look at Zoom. August 21st. I actually watched this one happen. August 21st. So it reported after hours here on the 21st, right? So we go into the 22nd. Boom, pre-market. I saw this when it happened. Crazy. So it reported the night before. We go into the next day where we can actually trade it. Let's mark it together. Last 30-minute high. I mean, last pre-market 30-minute candle high and low. Now, this is interesting, right? Because you have an outside bar here that took out the low. So you might have gotten stopped, you might have gotten in, and then depending on where your stop loss is, right? I got to find out where the best, like if you get stopped out, where it should be. I'm guessing it would be the opposite. Like if you took the break of the low of this, then I'm thinking your stop loss could either be midway or at the high, and vice versa. If you got in on calls and then it reversed down, I would think your stop loss would be at the underside, other side. But it depends on your risk tolerance as well. But if you look at this, price broke the low first. Okay, cool. You probably thought, oh, okay, we're going to the downside. Got stopped out as it start pushing back up. But look what happened. And this will happen sometimes. It broke this high at 61.99. Keep in mind, its average true range is $2.36. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Average true range is $1.89. So from 62, this thing should have stopped at 63. Our entry was here. But from the day, it's really the average true range is about right here. So I'm gonna just mark this this area right here. This is about it. Actually it's about $2. So if we really start from like its bottom, it's about right here, right? About midway through this candle. But if you look right here, it went from our entry, $62 to a high of about 68. So, and this is on a Thursday. So can you imagine what weeklies printed on this particular play? Like you see what I'm saying? Are y'all following me so far? Again, I'm about to break the steps down in just a second, but are y'all following me so far on this particular play? I'm about to break down what you do and how you find this. All right. Last one that I just want to back test and show y'all live, and then we about to like dig into this play, into this strategy. But you see this. Come on, man. You could have look at this. This was your target. Once you got out right here, look at your target, your first target. Right? He said 150 to 200% of his range. That's here. You like, dang, I got out and look how much more it ran. This is consistent. It's a highly effective play. Last one I just want to show you guys, PDD. PDD reported this morning. Stupid. Oh, I don't even want to look at this dang play. This is crazy. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. All right, so look at PDD. All right. It's crazy because the pre-market dropped like hell. Like the pre-market was crazy because if you look here, I guess this is where it reported, came all the way down from about the 140s. And then dang. But yeah, so look at PDD. Let's mark it together. So last pre-market 30-minute candle. Then this is a good example of a bearish earnings reaction play. Okay. So you got your pre-market 30-minute candle, right? This is pre-market. They reported this morning, today, Monday, August 26th. Boom, pre-market. So you got your high, you got your low. Okay. So we know, okay, market opens, we taking a break of this lower high. Cool. It broke this low. Our entry was 109.57. Look, the low of day is 95. What's the average true range? $5. Look how much it ran today. 315% of its average true range. This thing ran from open $15.81. So let's check it out. Let's do this. Average true range $5, right? So if our entry, I mean, obviously from open it's $5, but 110, so we'll say 105 was like where it's average true range. We'll just mark it right there, right? And let me change the color to yellow, and I'll move it over. So right here, first target. That's average true range. That's 100% of the range. All right. If we go another, say, $5 or so, because it moves $5, it ran 315% of its average true range today. If we add another 5, that's about 200% of the range. So let's go ahead. So from 110 to 100. Boom. Let's just mark it here. Here's your other target. That's only 200% of his range, and it ran 315%. These contracts, by the way, if you go look on Robinhood, I even posted it on my Instagram, and I might have posted it in Discord. Contracts ran as high as like 5,000%. Now, granted, that probably, I don't know about from open. Some of y'all can confirm. I'm sure that I would think some of that included all of this too. So to the person asking what if the move happened during pre-market, that's the whole point of this strategy and video, bro, is where this it's not gonna happen. Let's put it like that. It's not 100% strategy, but this is like 90% plus effective strategy. So it's kind of like you could just erase that question, because that's the whole point of this strategy. It's a reaction. So that's the whole point. I don't know if you were on in the beginning, but I had broke down the fact that you don't have to worry about what happens in pre-market, because you are trading the reaction during intraday while the market is open. So when the market's open, you're trading the reaction to what happened during pre-market. That's the whole point of this strategy. So yeah, if you look at this, yeah, it went crazy. PDD is a look at PDD is not an expensive stock at all. Not expensive. I mean, I could I'm just gonna pull up my Robinhood right now and just see how much contracts are like right at the money, just while we on the live. So like if you were to buy at the money, no, contracts like $300 to $500. I mean, every pricing is subjective, but there's contracts out the money, $100, $200, and we're at the beginning of the week. So anywhere from $100 to $300 for a contract right at the money, pretty reasonable for the average trader. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But anyways, yeah. So yeah, this is what ran today. All right. So now that you guys have kind of seen, like I'm showing you guys and back testing like where this has worked, let's get into like the nitty gritty, as they say, and break this down. So as we know or should know by now, this play, for the most part, it's based on the last 30-minute pre-market candle. Okay. Some of you guys, I think you can change on your chart settings, you can change what the color of your pre-market. I think what you can do is chart settings. Here you go. Pre and post market hours background. So at the top right, I don't know how it is on mobile off the top of my head, but top right on your laptop or iPad, you got chart settings, and then make sure it's set on symbol, and then go to pre post market hours background. So mine is like yellow, and then the opacity is like that. But if I want to make it, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you might want to make it pink or something like that. And you could change the opacity, you know, But that's how you do it. That's how you find pre-market. And also make sure you turn the extended hours on because because it does matter for this strategy. And that's at the lower right, extended trading hours, regular or extended. You click extended and then you have that. Okay, again, this is based off pre-market, not after hours. This is based off the last 30-minute candle during pre-market. So when you implement this strategy, you are taking the break of the low of the last 30-minute candle when the market opens or the high. Now, one thing JR did tell me is that and teach us is that sometimes it might be good to wait 1 or 2 minutes because like that Zoom play, it might take out one side first before really like distributing to the other side, right? It could be used as like manipulation or like a power of three type deal. So it is cool to wait a minute or two. All right. So um, you know, but that's something that I did want to mention. So sometimes you can be patient. But the thing I like about this strategy is it gets you paid within the first 30 minutes to an hour and you're not studying, you know what I mean, studying the you're not sitting on the charts all day long. This is the 30-minute candle. Look at this. Within 30 minutes, you could be done. You went through your first 1 to 2 targets within the first hour. You get what I'm saying? So highly effective, right? So now, how do we find these earnings plays? Here's what you do. This is where you pull out your notepad. So everybody, please get your notepad. Take a little quick water break. And let's get to it. So the website that you go to, I'm going to go to the homepage, unusualwhales.com. All right. Unusual Whales. I will copy this and paste it in the Zoom. I'll also put it inside of the chat here. All right. Send this to everyone. Oops. Well, I made it clickable there, but it's unusualwhales.com. Unusualwhales.com. Okay. It's a free website. They do have different paid features, but for the sake of this strategy, you do not need to. All right. Unusualwhales.com. Everybody ready for the next step? Just drop some fire because I already know we get into it. Y'all follow me or y'all still writing down? For sure, for sure. All right. So what you do next after going to Unusual Whales, and by the way, the best time to the two best times to do this is one, you do it at the beginning of the week. You go on Sunday. All right, Sunday night before the market opens. You know we got earnings coming up this week. So you you hop on Unusual Whales on your Sunday when you charting getting ready for the weekend. We can do this sometimes together. Is we go on your Unusual Whales on a Sunday, and this is what you do. All right. Then after you go to unusualwhales.com, click on yes, it's in the Discord, but it's better to go here because you don't want to go through every single ticker. And I'm gonna tell you why. Yes, it is, but the calendar is in the economic earnings calendar, correct. But there's more to it with this strategy. So you click on flow data, unusualwhales.com. This is the homepage. You click on flow data's drop down. All right. Now, what you select is earnings calendar. Okay, earnings calendar. Oh, excuse me. Hope y'all didn't hear that. Earnings calendar. Now, the way that it was taught to me from JR was that you want to take the first four on their list, right? So, like the top four. I'm sorry. Before I get there, hold on. Sorry. So, earnings calendar. So, let me go back. Unusual Whales, flow data drop down, earnings calendar. Now you want to filter it. It's usually set on market cap, I believe. You want to filter it and click on options volume. Options volume. The ones at the top have the most options volume, and then it descends from there. So the way JR taught us was the first 3 or 4 are usually good as far as volume and being able to get in and out of your contracts. Okay. So for example, tomorrow, BMO, I believe that's bank. I'm thinking of BMY. But yeah, tomorrow, BMO reports in the morning. So at 9 o'clock, I would be, at about 9:15, 9:20 Eastern, I would be looking to see the high and low and not with market. And when we open, I will look to see which high and low of that last 30-minute candle that closes at 9:30, which one gets broken. Sorry, I'm over here. Uh I'm using my hands and my camera is off. But yeah, you're looking to see whether the high or low of that gets broken. And then that's where your entry would be. Okay. So uh so just to kind of go over, so like this Wednesday, I'm definitely watching these 4. Chewy is going can pay. Affirm, Nvidia, obviously, KSS. Uh Abercrombie and Fitch has been running for like a year or 2. Footlocker Footlocker can print. Okay, so I know JR said like the first 4. JR, if you on here, did you mean first 4 as in like these top 4 like this, or did you mean top 4 in pre-market, top 4 in after hours? If you still on, I could ask you later, but oh, and the other thing too is usually, and I'm saying usually, not all the time, but usually we go with the names that we're familiar with. That doesn't mean that the names that we're unfamiliar with are not gonna print. It's just that some of those have weird spreads. Some of those, like the volume, I think it's just the fact that we're not too familiar with them, and not saying they don't all run, but some do. But for the most part, this helps you narrow down which ones to get into. So like the top few, pre-market and after hours. All right. Now this doesn't mean you have to get in all of them. What's JR talking about? Yeah, so for Wednesday, yeah, KSS, JWN. Am I tripping? JWN? Yo, this dude can't type for nothing. He make too much money to not know how to work. Am I tripping? Did y'all see a JWN? Maybe it's me. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's me. JR too rich. Oh, Tuesday. See what I'm saying? He outsmarted me right there. He outsmarted me right there. Nah, right on, right on. Okay, for sure, JR. Yeah, so like tomorrow, after hours, JWNS report tomorrow evening, right? So Wednesday morning, we would look to trade that. But then we also got these in the morning, KSS and Chewy. So like he said, these 4 would be perfect right here. S, KSS, JWN, Chewy. We will watch these 30-minute candles come Wednesday pre-market. And then when the market opens, we're looking for the break on these. All right. So, and then ANF and Foot Locker, I'm gonna also keep an eye on. I know JR, you said top 4, but these are some, yeah. These some tickers we're pretty familiar with. LI too. LI, I think it's a Chinese stock. I think it's an automaker, I think. Um, but yeah, Abercrombie and Fitch, Foot Locker, these things they can move and pay, especially these small caps. They can pay. All right. So, and then after hours on Wednesday, you got Nvidia, Affirm, you got Crowd, you got CRM, you got Okta, you got H. It's a lot. These top like few right here. So then we could play that the next day. You know what I'm saying? So this is how. Yeah. So just to go over it once again from scratch, you go to unusualwhales.com, flow data, the drop down, calendar, earnings calendar. You filter it to options volume, and you want to take the top ones, especially the names that, okay. So if something reports after hours, obviously we're going to take it and trade it the next day. If something trades pre-market, we're going to trade that intraday. I mean, the same day. All right. And again, this is all based on, like, if you look at, again, PDD reported today, Monday, August 26th. I guess they dropped pre-market, last 30-minute candle, intraday, this whole black shaded area, break of that low, boom. Yeah, if it's too much, you know what I mean? We can narrow it down, and I'll try to narrow down my list if y'all want to follow me or tail it sometimes, you know what I mean? Because there are a lot of tickers sometimes, especially during tech and chip earnings. I mean, it'd be a lot of stuff reporting at the same time. So not trying to get overwhelmed, not trying to overwhelm you guys. But this is something, so going forward, yes, we can still do our regular swings and such. Coach Green, I don't know the exact times that they report. I just know that it happens during pre-market and that uh we are focusing on that last 30-minute candle. I mean, I'm guessing what, 6:30, but I don't think every company reports exactly at 6:30. Sometimes it can differentiate. Dang, some of y'all must have got on late. Y'all got to be on time to class. Some of these questions I asked, but I'm gonna just say it. Like, what time frame? I broke that down. How long do you wait? So I said earlier, you can wait 1 to 2 minutes just in case it goes one way and then reverses back down and distributes. So you can wait a couple minutes. You can. And what time frame? Been saying it 30 minute, 30 minute, 30 minute, 30 minute. If you and then for the most part, I will say I'm a day trader. JR is a day trader. We usually buy weeklies. I'm not saying don't buy time, but I'm just saying the highest paying contracts are going to be the weeklies because it's like higher risk, right? That's why I trade weeklies. I always have been the weekly guy because it's yes, it's higher risk, but it's also higher reward. It doesn't mean that you're careless. It just is higher risk because you don't have as much time. But with a strategy like this, I mean, you could be done within minutes to an hour. You know what I'm saying? So this strategy is to buy same day contracts. No, um, is it Amika? I'm not sure who this is. No, because not all stocks have same day contracts. I'm not sure how long you've been in the stock market, but just SPY, QQQ, IWM, SPX, with there's probably a couple more, but those have same day contracts, but they don't be reporting earnings. These plays, they usually expire the same week, but you can buy out as far as a year and a half or two. But this particular strategy, for the most part, it's just it's we're buying weekly. Um so yeah. So y'all follow me so far? Like, does this, because okay, so let me tell you guys what I plan to do now that we are going to be implementing this. And I know some of y'all should go back and watch this from the beginning. Um, so what you want to do, what I plan to do is this. During pre-market, say at like 9 o'clock, 9:15, right? I'm gonna have my low and high marked out. Now, obviously, that could change, right? Anything can happen, right? And if that just change, you just make the adjustment. So you will mark it out, and then what I plan on doing is I'll put it in my plays channel and I'll just put which. So like, for example, this one, if we would have caught this one, I would have said before we opened, I would have said something like PDD, calls above 113.11 or puts below 109.52, right? Therefore, everybody knows. And then boom, once it broke, we all can be in the same play and we can eat. Now I'll try to remember to give the targets, but again, just for you guys, for self efficiency's sake, like, I'm gonna leave some of that to y'all because I mean, at the end of the day, this is a strategy where you can do this on your own. Because I might take the top four, right? Like, let's go back and look at this. I might take these, I might take these on Wednesday, but y'all might take Abercrombie and Fitch and Foot Locker and still eat because it's the same strategy. The same strategy applies. So I make take the top two. Y'all make take the last two of the first five. You get what I'm saying? So same with when Thursday when we trade these guys, I might take Nvidia only. You might take Crowd and Salesforce. You know what I mean? But it's very universal strategy. So what I like I said, what I plan to do is during pre-market, you know what I mean? On the days that have, you know, the known names and that's looking good, be like, all right, this is the high, this is the low, this is where my entry would be. All right. And you can watch it on any time frame. So you could watch it on the 4 hour, you could watch it on the one. The main thing is breaking that high or low. So like if you look at this today, like it doesn't, the levels are marked. You can label it if you really need to, but the levels are marked. You got your high, you got your low of the pre-market 30, and your high of the last pre-market 30. So if I switch to an hour time frame, the levels are still there. However, I feel like the 30 helps you see it better because you actually see the high and the low on that exact candle. So when you go back to the 30, you see that high and that low. For some people, they need to see this, but for some, they don't because you have it labeled or you just know this the low of that 30, it's the high of that 30. All right, cool. So you know, so you might say you like to watch it on the hour. All right, whatever. You got your target here too. So you're like, okay, within the hour, I'm looking to get here. It might not happen, it might happen sooner than the hour. But regardless of the fact, when the market opens, you know what the high and the low is. You get what I'm saying? Of the last 30-minute pre-market candle. All right. Um, so y'all follow that strategy? Does that sound like something that we're gonna be praying? Because I'm gonna be implementing this way more in my way more in my trading strategy. And my goal, and this is why I really like JR, and this is why I feel like him and I are very similar in terms of like you know, me and him have made a lot of money together, right? A lot of money together. He texts me stuff, I'll text him stuff to look at. Like that's just what we do. His him and what he does not affect how much money I make or lose. Well, sometimes, but nah, I'm just playing. But like it doesn't hurt us. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't hurt us. So and the cool thing about this strategy is because you look at the ATR, you can base your entry on that. So let's take this, let's go back real quick. I want to break this down too. I don't know if JR broke this down in his video, but you can get out the money, at the money. This is the crazy thing, right? Let's look at this real quick. Average true range on this is $5. JR said it moves 150 to 200%. All right. So basically, this stock goes, I mean, with the earnings reaction strategy, this particular stock would give us a good, what is it? Like $7.50 to $10 move. Okay. So you can base your contract, your strike price off of that. So if our break is 109-ish, 110-ish, you could get 105. If we said it moves 150 to 200%, you could get 100. You can do your own math, you know what I'm saying? So like you could get the 105s, you could get the hundreds. And please keep this in mind for beginners and not even just beginners, because some of y'all that's been in the market still don't understand this. The stock does not have to reach your strike price to get paid. If you go look at the options chain right now, there are 95s, there's 90s, there's probably 85s and 80s that made money. You get what I'm saying? In fact, just for the sake of this class, I'm going to pull up how much they paid today. I'm pulling up PDD right now. I'm pulling up the out the money puts. If you had the 85 put ran 350%, the 90 put ran 300%. All right, keep in mind the entry was 110. The entry was 110. So if the entry was 110, the 101 put ran 1,000%. Mind you, keep in mind this also probably included some of the pre-market action that we, you know, if you would have swung. But I'm just saying, like, you can buy out the money. All right. Chrissy, what is it that you don't understand? I'm gonna answer a couple of questions, but for the most part, though, do you guys understand the strategy and how it can be utilized? Basically, at least 3 to 4 days out the week, at least 3 to 4 days. Highly effective, very consistent. High probable, highly profitable. This I showed you guys just like three off the list that I was gonna let's pull up Peloton real quick. Peloton was a good one to look out for. I want to say they reported on Friday, 8/22. Nah. Yeah. So you can make 100 to 200% on your trades dang near every other day. It's a crazy thing. So let's look at this real quick. Let's watch Peloton. This is crazy because this thing ran a couple different yeah, see JR said he got stopped out and then he ran the other way. So but Jay, how did you get okay? So this the low. Oops, let me change the color. This the low, it's the high of the last pre-market candle, right? So this was on Friday pre-market. Oh, I thought it was on the 22nd. When did they report? They reported Thursday after close, though, right? So we would have played it the next day. Or did they? Oh, they did. Okay, my apologies. My apologies. All right. Oh, okay. I see. Oh, I see why you probably got stopped out, Jay. Yeah. JR is probably punching his screen. All right, so if y'all look at this candle opened here. We got the high here, low here, right? Candle opened up right here, bullish, but I believe it dropped some. So you probably would have got stopped out because you would have went from 382 to shoot, I don't know how low, wherever your stop loss is. But then look what happened. It took out that high. Let me check something. Hold on real quick. Oh yeah. It took out that high, and then its average true range is 34 cents. I mean, this thing ran throughout the day, though. You would have to hold all day, but it ran to a high of 475. So that's almost $1. So that's about 250 to 300% of his range, even just from entry. Yeah, JR took a 35% loss, 210% win. You get what I'm saying? So let's just mark out the average true range, right? Let's say from entry, 384 from entry, but really it's from the open. Oh, it's only 2 cents. So if it runs 34 cents, that means what? 418? No, 408. So 408 was the average true range. Stop right here. All right, let me change that color real quick. The average true range on this was right here. You could have said my first target is right here, and I'm gonna let the rest run. This thing ran another 34 cents would be from, let me see, 408, 34 cents, so 42. 442 would be right here. 200% of his range. He said 150 to 200%, right? So you got 100% of his range, 150% of its range, 200% of its range. You could these contracts went crazy. Yes, the 9 a.m. candle, 9 a.m. candle. The 9 a.m. candle is the last 30-minute pre-market candle. Last 30-minute pre-market candle. So if you go to your chart settings, again, have it set on symbol, scroll down to pre-post market hours background so that you can see it. You can change the colors of it and the opacity. So mine is this pink and the opacity. This is, you can see, that's my pre-market right there. All right. Then after you change that, make sure that it's on extended trading hours, bottom right, regular, extended. If you cannot find that setting for the extended trading hours, it's because you're on a higher time frame than like the 4 hour. You need to be on the time frame less than the daily in order to see it. And I'll show you what I mean. If you look right here on the daily, you see I don't have that option down there. So you have to change it to something lower. If you go to the 4 hour, you have the option down there. You go to the 30-minute, which is the candle that we use. You got the option. Change it to extended. All right. And what you can do is um what you can do is the exit strategy the exit strategy is what I just went over. So your target can be so the average true range. Yes, you definitely missed it. You probably got on late, and it's fine. The exit strategy again is the average true range, meaning how much a stock moves a day. In this case, it's 34 cents. What you have to remember is um, with this strategy, JR emphasized multiple times, with this strategy, the stock is going to react. When you play this reaction, the stock is going to move 150 to 200% plus of its average true range. So if something moves $1 for its average, daily range, but you're playing the reaction, it's going to move $1 to $2 plus when the market opens. You feel me? So again, this one, 34 cents from the open. We're talking about from the open. So from here, 34 cents is like 416, four something like that, right? So it's right around here. I marked it from the entry. So this is your first target. You can use it as your first target, which is the average true range. Your second target can be 150% of its true range, which would be right around here. And you can do the math. If something moves, and this is the indicator, Coach Green. This is the indicator. SATY ATR levels day. So you go to your indicators, type this in. SATY ATR levels. This is the author of it. You can manage it on whatever you want. It's just you can manage it on whatever. I mean, the 30 is fine, the 15 is fine. It all adds up to 30. But I would probably keep it on keep a 15 and 30 up, or 30 to an hour. Um, yeah, yeah. Oh my God, you guys asking about TOS web and record videos? Ooh, y'all be asking a lot. I ain't gonna lie. Sheesh, man. Anyway, Liz, yeah. I would probably manage this on the 30 because you're gonna see it, you know what I mean, happen in real time. And I can take partial or full exit. Yeah. You could take partial. So that's the thing, Green. You could take all of it and be done with your day. The crazy thing about it is like this. If a stock runs 100% of its range, you are guaranteed, you should be guaranteed to make about 100% or more. Definitely more than like 30, 40, but you're almost for sure gonna make close to 100%, if not more, if it runs 100% of its range, especially on a weekly contract. Um, Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that. Uh, and then obviously, if you when it the rest of your runners, if you can have your second target, which will be 150% of the range. You know what I mean? Or 200%. It's all up to you. But the first target is 100% of the range. So once you turn that indicator on, you go to the settings and turn all of this off and on. So option labels on, show info label on. That's under inputs. Then go to style. I click all these boxes off. Keep tables on. Click OK. And it tells you right here, all you need to pay attention to is the day's range and ATR. So it tells you its ATR is about 34 cents. And yeah. So again, this is an earnings reaction play. You go to this last time I'm gonna run through it for this class, but you go to unusualwhales.com, click on flow data, earnings calendar. Here are the filters. Filter it, options volume. For the most part, you are taking like the first four. So like these here. So tomorrow, August 27th, S, I have heard of that. JWN, Nordstrom. They're going to report tomorrow evening. All right. You we can trade that on Wednesday intraday by using the pre-market candle that it gives us, the last 30-minute pre-market candle. All right. Also on Wednesday morning pre-market, we have these guys: KSS, Chewy, you got Lee, A&F, Florida. I mean, Florida, Foot Locker. You can choose within these. My plan is to give the high and low of the last 30-minute pre-market candles of these. All right. And then we're going to take the break. Me personally, I'm probably going to look at Abercrombie, Chewy, and KSS. Nordstrom's can pay as well. And then, so on and so forth. And so then what you do, you'll go. So like say Wednesday morning at like 9:15, 9:20. No. Julie, you'll have to go back and look at this because I'm not sure if you got to listen. You're not really worried about what the earnings did. You're basing it off the last 30-minute pre-market candle. That's what the play is based on, the last 30-minute pre-market candle. I'm not being a jerk, I promise, but yeah, it's not based on what earnings did. The whole point of this is it's the earnings reaction. All right, it's an earnings reaction play. So you're reacting to whatever happened in the earnings. So like when we traded intraday, we're basing it off that last 30-minute candle, the high and low. All right. So like it could have dropped crazy during earnings with that last 30-minute candle. If we break the high of it when the market opens, then that's what our entry would be. And I've seen that happen before. So yeah. What was I gonna say? Yeah. The one thing, oh yeah, I was gonna say that too, is instant hit right above the mid price and you should be fine. Do not want to get filled and be down. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's true. And the other thing that JR mentioned to me is there are some do not trade, like something you could throw on the do not trade list. Netflix has ugly spreads, he said. Tesla, for sure, I can attest to this on just regular day trades. Tesla will eat your money up. Sometimes it doesn't shoot straight up or down. Tesla will chop, move, reverse, chop, distribute, chop. And Tesla got some of the worst Greeks in the world. The Theta, for those that don't know, that's one of the Greeks. Tesla's, yeah, man. That's on the do not trade when it comes to the earnings reactions. Netflix, I'm not saying don't do it. It's just it can be a little tricky with the spreads. That's all we're saying. So Tesla, Netflix, Disney those are the three that he mentioned. There's probably others, but for the most part, you know, it should be straight with the top 3 or 4. It's the main thing. PayPal, yeah. And again, this isn't like, for example, this isn't like if you look at Friday, I'm not saying these can't trade. I'll just be honest. I mean, I'm not saying these aren't tradable. I've never heard of these tickers before. Tiger. Uh, I don't even know what that is. MNSO. Yeah, I'm not familiar with those. However, like I said, these guys, I'm looking at Nvidia, Affirm, Crowd, Salesforce, Okta could pay too. I'm looking at those. Then come Thursday, I am looking at Dollar General, Dell, Lulu. Those are for sure. So take Ulta, right? Ulta can move. Like Ulta can really, really move. However, the spreads on that thing, not the prettiest. It's just they just not, man. It's kind of, Burlington. I don't know how the spreads are. I've traded it before, but I know for sure Dollar General, Dell, and Lulu are for sure like sell a kidney and throw it at those because yeah, they gonna move, they gonna pay. So um so yeah, so again, sorry, I'm turning my camera on. So not the kidney. So for the most part, for those that were on most of the class, I know some of y'all came late, and I'm sorry I'm not going to go all the way to the beginning, even though I did reiterate a lot of the information multiple times. I didn't hold y'all too long, but for the most part, one, is this seem pretty consistent, profitable, high probable, and something that we all can implement and get paid on together? Because you can't deny the strategy. And it's simple. It's simple. And the crazy thing about this is you can do this on your own. Obviously, I'm gonna do it. We're gonna do it together because, like I said, I'm a Julie. Don't worry about like don't make it harder than what it is, okay? And I'm only speaking to you because of based on your thesis. You are brand new, which is fine. I think I can figure this out. First, make sure you can operate your platform, right? Know how to buy a call, know how to, buy a put. You know what I mean? Make sure you know how to get out to play, right? Because some of it's gonna be busy trading, and you can't always tell somebody how to press it, where to find this and that. And then after that, this is a very lucrative strategy. Last you can find the candle. I break down where to turn on the pre-market and all of that good stuff. I break down where to find the earnings calendar. I break down which ones, because you're not going to trade all of these, right? No, we're not trading all of these. We say stick to the top 4, maybe, right? And then I'll insert the levels of the high and the lows of that last pre-market candle. And then we take in those breaks. And for the most part, like I said, this is like 90% plus effective and consistent. It's been working for JR over a year. Like I said, he blessed us with this strategy over a year ago, and it's still paying. So I'm expecting to implement this in my trading. Um, and yeah, so my plan is to give a list of what I'm looking at on like Sundays for the week. So I'll be like, okay, these are the earnings that we're gonna be looking for the calendar this week. And like I said, I'm gonna get back to like my weekly videos on Sundays. And then what we'll do is we'll like hop on Zoom together every Monday we'll prep still. We'll do regular charting, we'll do earnings reaction charting too. Like we could say, oh, these is what's coming up, blah, blah, blah. And then we'll also chart just regular tickers, you know what I mean? Together, like we were doing on Wednesdays. And then yeah. So does that sound like a plan for everybody? Because this is definitely gonna be fly. Definitely gonna be and listen, something JR said that I laugh at. People that be like, let the dust settle. Wait for the market, let the market open. Listen, when the market opens, the opportunity may come within the first minute, it might come within the first 5 or 15. People that say that, they're basing that off of their own experiences. Maybe price is too volatile for them, right? But my thing is, I want the volatility. I need this stock to move so I can get in, I can get out and be done with my day. I love fast moving stocks. We came in when tech was booming. I mean, yeah, tech was like the going thing. So the tech stocks that pop, you know what I'm saying? Um, Sorry, hold on real quick. Sorry. The tech stocks that move crazy, it's like, yeah, you know what I mean? So don't be afraid of the volatility. If you're watching your charts, don't be afraid. You know what I mean? That's part of the stock world. Get used to it, you know? So um but yeah, so like I said, Sundays, I'll drop a watch list video. Sometime I'll do them live if I can. Mondays we get on here together. We'll give a scope for the week and we'll prep for the next day. Regular tickers, Q&A. That's another thing too on Mondays. Um on Mondays, I just lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, Monday's classes are Q&As. This particular one, I just wanted to break down this strategy, and I did answer a few questions. But just saying, our Monday classes, our weekly Zooms, those are also going to include Q&As. All right. So if you're new, please pay attention when you're in class too, because some of y'all don't be. And all weekly Zooms, like the weekly classes we have on Mondays, this is where they are dropped. Weekly Zoom channel in the Hungry Discord. Weekly Zooms. It's under 100K's office. Weekly Zooms right here. All right. So this class will be posted here probably in the next few hours. Bear with me and do not blow up the chat like, where's the replay? Where's the replay? I always notify everyone when there is a replay. Clearly, we haven't done one since July 17th. But y'all know I've been super busy. So weekly Zooms. All right. And in fact, with this one, I will put in the masterclass one as well, because I do consider this a masterclass. I'm pretty sure you guys would too. And thank you, JR. I don't know if you're still on here, but I do want to salute you because you did allow me to do this. Some people would have been like, nah, don't be reteaching my stuff. And you know what I'm saying? That's fine too. I respect it. So I appreciate it. And yeah, so for some of y'all, like I said, some of y'all I have told y'all to hop on that class with JR. Y'all haven't. It's really no excuse why you can't get this because he did it for us a year ago. I'm doing it for y'all with him in the chat too, live answering questions and stuff. Ain't no reason why y'all can't get this down. So that means every week we're gonna be charting this together. We're gonna be pulling out these plays, and we're gonna be in the same thing, and we're just gonna be on the same page. And that's what I love about it. So without further ado, if there's nothing else, can we drop some fire? Because I ain't gonna lie, this is a fire class. I was fired up just teaching it, just to teach the class. Like I was fired up. You know what I mean? Like I could not wait until we did this class because I was I was excited for it because I was getting my notes together and I'm like, yo, this class gonna be one for the books. You know what I mean? So I can't wait to implement it this week and we gonna get paid, and shoot. Tell your friends, tell your family, you know what I'm saying? Everybody that be hollering that they broke and stuff, yeah, tell them to tap in. Cause I told JR, I said, bro, you need to start posting more of your results on Twitter and F Twitter up because the feeds, too many people need this sauce. You know what I mean? Too many people need to be in our groups. We the hottest groups, hottest trading groups out. So yeah, we about to blow up these timelines and feeds. I don't care what nobody say. But anyways, with that being said, y'all have a good evening. I'm gonna get this uploaded by the end of the night so y'all can have it. And shoot, we just gonna go from there. So I will see y'all at the beach and the bank. And let's get this money. All right. Uh sorry, I'm just recording because y'all was appreciate all of the love for sure. Twitter toxic. Let's get it. Let's get it. Class went up today. Man, y'all see every class go crazy. Beautiful class, man. Going crazy. Let's get it. Let's get it. All right. It's time to end the class.